In this lesson we're going to learn how to make this flower. This flower consists of 3 parts. First you will crochet a small button, then you will have to crochet a layer of clones knot stitches, and then we will crochet petals for this flower. Clones knot stitches, how to make them you already know. You'll have to go back to the video and review how to make them. By the time you will make this motif, you will have already know how to make clones knot stitch. Now, if you look at the 2 flowers I am holding in my hands, you could see that the amount of clones knot stitches in both of them is different. It does not matter. I'm not counting. I never count how many clones knot stitches to make for this flower. It just happens that this has 9 right here, and this one has 12 clones knot stitches. And I think I like the second better because it totally closes the middle. You will not see anything inside. So it's up to you, as many as you can fit. There's no really a rule for how many clones knot stitches you can make for this motif. As many as you can fit. So to make this flower, we'll begin with a small button. Wrap around the 5mm knitting needle thread 10 times. And I always cut this small excess of thread that it will not be on the way, you just don't need it. I wrap around it and carefully take thread off the needle. Make sure not to lose all this this coil, and crochet around this ring single crochet stitches. And also there's no amount of stitches available, how many you can fit in here to cover the thread. So you crochet single crochet stitches 1 time. We are not we will have button with the opening in the inside in the middle. So now, after you finish with your button, after you're done and crocheted single crochet stitches around, close the ring with single slip stitch. This is how to look like on the back, and this is your front. So we have a right side facing us. We all the time will be on the front side or right side. The next step, we will crochet clones knot stitches around this ring. And the way I did this, if you want to place more stitches, clones knot stitches, then crochet chain out of every other stitch on the edge of the button and attach to the next one. So right now I am right in here. Cannot really see, but in your work you would see it better. I pick up small thread, but crochet it with thick thread will not look right. So here I am. I will have chain over here. When I will connect my clones knot stitch, I will skip one chain on the edge and connect my clones knot stitch to the next one. So to make clones knot stitch for this flower, I chain 5 stitches, chain 5, and then make clones knot stitch. And I wrap around thread around this chain up to 20 times. or until you cover totally your chain, you don't see with this coil. And then you remember the rule: if you want to pull the thread through all these stitches, holding the coil with your hands, move the hook into the stitches further to make this area wider, and grab the thread and pull it through all stitches on the hook. After that, if you remember in our first project, we were attaching our close knot stitches like this. We were laying them on the edge and attached to the after 3-4 stitches into the edge. Here it's a little bit different. We will crochet the way it was crocheted and 100 years ago. First you coiled everything, make this first look like a cocoon stitch, and then you closed all those stitches. Grab thread and close it, make a slip stitch, and I tied it. When you tied the last stitch, it will make your close knot stitch become more like a round cocoon, coiled in a half ring. This is what you want. And then insert the hook into the or next stitch, or skip one and into the next stitch of the button on the edge, and make another slip stitch. So first close knot stitch is ready. Now we will crochet next one. What I like to do, I like to cover or take this stitch and move it off the way, that I will not damage this stitch with my hook as I will make another one. So just pick it up and hold it. For me it's easy because I have longer nails, so I can hold it very easily. But still you can hold this right in here. Move it to the front and next chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make chain of 5 stitches and make next close knot stitch. So after you covered completely your chain, move the hook inside the stitches, pull the thread and pull it through all stitches in on the hook. Now grab the thread again and make a slip stitch. Make it tight in here. How I make it tight? I just pull on a thread, holding the button and holding the stitch on a hook. I pull with my finger, index finger of the left hand, thread toward me, away from me. This way I will tighten up the stitch and it will become, instead of being straight, will become like a rounded coil. Will look like a real cocoon. And then again crochet into the next stitch, attach it, or skip one and crochet slip stitch into the next hook, into the next stitch, I'm sorry. Okay, I have now 2 of them. Again I'm holding them, folding them to the front and holding them with my hand, and continue crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and next close knot stitch. And you see what happened. If they jump into your hand, just, you will not do any damage holding them this way, but you can do a lot of damage by hitting them with the hook, and probably sometimes you'll have to even undo your work. So this is why I'm moving close knot stitches away. Okay, again slip stitch, tight the thread, skip one stitch on the edge and attach to the next stitch with a slip stitch. Make sure crochet tight. I am very tight, and it's even sometimes difficult to pull the hook through the stitches. So I have 3 only. You continue crochet and crochet as many clone knot stitches as you would like to have. It does not matter. So here I am with another ready piece to go. So I end up having probably 12. I'm not even counting. And you see what happened. When you will make petals, they will automatically, those clone knot stitches will go into the middle. They will kind of move inside. Don't do it yourself. They will just lay down the way they want, those clone knot stitches. Now what else we will do? There's at the very end of my round, I still have 2 stitches left. So if you have this kind of situation, please continue, make 1 or 2 more stitches, clone knot stitches. So I will make 1 more. And when you have the bunch of those stitches like that, help yourself with 2 hands and make sure that those that clone knot stitches that are too close to the hook, that can be damaged by the hook, are out of the way. Try to hold as many as you possibly can. And make chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more clone knot stitch. You can see what's going on. I'm constantly touching it with my hooks, so I will move them off the way and continue. And when you have this kind of moment when you have so many stitches around, don't be in a hurry, crochet slowly. So last stitch is done, and we attach this last stitch to the ring at the very right in here somewhere. So skip 1 and attach to the next one, and we're done. So this is your first 2 rounds, first button and then clone knot stitches. The next one, in order for us to make petals, those petals will be attached to the platform that we're going to make. I like to call them platform, and you already from the first project know that after we were making button and clone knot stitches and we needed to make another layer of something, of clone knot stitches at that in that project, we were crocheting a platform on the back, crocheting stitches into the edge of the button. So this is what we will do. We need that layer or that platform in order later to attach petals to them. So we will make this platform by crocheting 2 single crochet stitches into each stitch of the button. You cannot see probably mine, but you will see yours. So you go into the edge of the button and crochet single crochet stitches as tight as you can. 2 single crochet stitches into each stitch of the button, right on the edge. And it will be kind of challenging to find those stitches because you have so many clone knot stitches, but you can pull those clone knot stitches toward you to see stitch where you need to go with your hook, and be very slowly in this crocheting this platform because you don't want to damage clone knot stitches. Some people find it very easy to crochet and facing the back of your flower. I don't find it easy because every time I do that, I hit the clone knot stitch with the hook and pulling thread out of the close knot stitch, and it's not a good news. You'll have to totally undo the whole work, because if your close knot stitch does not look right and you have some thread pulled out from the stitch, it's not good. So continue the crochet the platform around the edge of the button. And you see how I do this. I'm doing it slowly, simply because I want to insert my hook in the right place and make sure that I will not accidentally damage close knot stitches. So continue this way. You already see my platform, it's already developing. This is what you will have right here. And then continue crocheting all the way to the beginning where you started, and make a slip stitch on the first single crochet. And this is when we will meet in the next lesson, and we will crochet petals.